I would actually say credit where credit is due, man. With 21 years old, you're definitely different than most other people in your age. When I was 21 years old, I was totally immersed within hedonism, chasing one girl after the other. I didn't have such reflections whatsoever. So therefore, I would say that you are most definitely a bit different than the others.
There's lots of things I've noticed as a young man that I find completely disgusting. Haram things that no one around me seems to care about.
Yep.
And I don't know if I have a deeper conscience than the people around me, and that's why I reverted and no one else has.
Yep.
But I think the problems with the modern day world, I think the way they bring it...
Here it is very important to say, especially as a Muslim, thank God, Alhamdulillah. Because yes, you definitely have a different perception, and as the Quran says, Allah guides who He wills. So Allah saw something within you, and He chose you to be guided. So therefore we have to thank God, and the rest around you, you're correct again, they're not guided.
This idea, this lie, every cookie has a baker, this lie that we come from nothing and there is no higher power. Because if you convince people that they are just space monkeys who have no reason to be here, you then bring in moral subjectivity. You then bring in this nihilistic, depressive existence where there is no reason to do anything. What you also do with that is you take a brother who you would have fought for and learned from and created a great life with. You would have taken a sister who you would have protected and you would have cared for. You would have had a wife who you would have created a beautiful family with. But when you bring in this atheism idea, that brother who could have been great service to you, who you could have honoured for your life, he now becomes competition. The sister that you could have taken care of, you no longer care now because everything is over-sexualized, and this idea that... Do you see what I mean? I'm having a hard time articulating it.
No, yet again, I think you articulate this very well. Subjectivism, this is really what it boils down to. People do not believe in an objective standard. Within religion, especially Islam, of course, we have an objective standard. This objective standard is God, and whatever God decreed for us. What is haram, what is halal, what is good, what is evil, etc., etc. However, as you said again correctly, and I'm very impressed here, most people think of themselves as evolved space monkeys. They think of themselves as a flesh suit. They think of themselves as a body that will die, that will decay. And when the lights go off, there is nothing. There is darkness. Everything is pitch black. Nothing has a purpose. Nothing has a reason. Nothing has value. But the real question behind this is, of course, how can you live your life like that? I always say, if the lights go off, if you truly do not believe in an afterlife, why live in the first place? Because it doesn't matter how long you live. Think about it logically. If you would live one day and then you die, you wouldn't remember that one day, because after death there's nothing. That is the atheistic claim. So if you live 1,000 years even, who cares? Because once the lights go off, you do not remember anything. Yet again, there is no consciousness that perceives anything. And this is of course an ideology of despair, and this leads to nihilism. The point of the story is nobody truly believes it. This is why everybody fears for their life. So if an atheist gets into a life and death situation, even the atheist will pray to something, will hope for something, will wish for something in order to stay alive. Then in that moment they will realize that they love their life. But why would you even love your life if the life has no purpose whatsoever? That is the true question here. And my point is that no atheist is a true atheist. And I talked with atheists. I told them, if you're really an atheist, why do you even care about your family? Just kill them all. Go out, commit murder, adultery, whatever. Do whatever you want, truly, and go out with a bang. But you see that society does not do that, even though they're atheistic. Why is that?
So you could have created a beautiful, loving family with that would have gone on to last for decades and centuries. She's now just a girl that you would meet outside of a nightclub, because why would you want to reproduce? Why would you want a family? There's no higher power. There's no one judging you. You might as well just lie to her, sleep with her, and never see her again. Exactly. And I think the fruits of that rotten tree, this rotten idea that we come from nothing, I started to realize that the fruits of that were poisonous. I looked around me and I realized pornography is completely legal in the West. And I'm not signing off on that. I'm not signing off on the fact that a young boy, when he's 9 or 10 years old, can get access to internet pornography, even if he's not looking for it, and be enslaved until he can beat it when he's 25 or 30. Exactly. I'm not signing off on the fact that OnlyFans is now the 4th biggest career choice for women in the West. the same women who would have gone on to be community
I like
leaders,
this guy,
who
man.
would have gone on to be mothers and wives and great people, are now deciding that they want to sell their body online for fiat currency. I then realized, as well as I was saying with the fiat currency, I realized that our entire financial system is based on riba. The entire
Riba.
financial system and the whole world
Absolutely, and the question is, of course, who runs this financial system? We cannot say this here on YouTube.
now is based on riba and debt, on fiat currency. And I thought, oh, all of my friends no longer want to speak to me because all they want to
Good.
do is go to a nightclub and drink and try and hedonistically fornicate with women. All the women that would have gone on to be my wives are now enslaved by this attention hookup culture. I can't buy a house because the house market has inflated because of riba and used
Inshallah, you will.